Well, g'day everybody. So it's Australia Day. Whoop whoop. so, and we lost the whole system. I'm in a hurry this morning because I got to leave in 15 minutes. Anyway, and then of course everything failed, and I thought shit, no photos, and so I put that up, which is a link to McIntyre Adventure website. Which hang on a sec. You're on McIntyre Adventure website there now. This is the header at the top. If you ever want to know who I am, get onto this site, and there's a couple of interesting things to look at. One is the events. They're the events that we do: Golden Globe, Ocean Globe, Mini Globe, Globe 580 Transat, and Around Australia race. Now, this is what I was getting at, and there's lots of other things there. You can see all my different adventures over the years. You can scroll down, check them all out: bounty boat, rally cars, gyrocopter around Australia, Teddy's to Antarctica, BOC challenge, the bounty boat expedition, everything. It's all on there. You can get the stories. There's this is another interesting one. 5 years of writing for Trader Boat magazine. Here I've written lots of different stories. They're all set up in chronological order here. Well, hours, fun reading, this, that, and the other. But the events, this is what I was getting to. The 1988 Round Australia race was the beginning of my events, and how we sort of evolved to where we are now, running different things. And this was the bicentennial event in Australia. We were 200 years old in Australia at the time, so it was a big celebration on all sorts of stuff. But if you go down here and then click on this full story, it was very controversial at the time, and everything about the Round Australia race is here. It's a long story how it all set up. There's the entrance in the race back in '88, and then some basic ones. But here's the questions, and it was really radical. This is where I was accused of murder by the police commissioner, and all the stories are there. All those questions are answered in here. Check out Peter Blake, and bloody he was a young boy back then, and Mike Quilter, so was I. But anyway, all about the entrance. And if you scroll right the way down the bottom, there's Steinlager 1. That was Peter and Mike's boat. They won the race, of course. Some great stories, great characters involved. That was all about the big. That was the coronial inquiry on the death of one of our entrants. But what I'm coming to right down the bottom, after you look at all that fun stuff about the big court case and everything that happened, is all about the new Round Australia race, which is right down here. That was the course of the original one in 1988, Good and Tour Waddy. Two-Star Australia Bicentennial Around Australia Yacht Race. That was the name of the race. It's unbelievable. And then here it is, race around again in 1988. It looks like we've got a few people in Europe that are going to head down there, maybe even in a mocha or something. We're not sure yet, but all kind of fun. I'm not actually involved. I'm just one of the patrons with Lisa Blair. But I'm obviously been helping Guy, the guy who's picked it up and running with it. He's a great guy organising this incredible adventure race around Australia, two-handed, not single-handed, because you're running around the coast. And all the information on that is down here as well. So that will tell you, I'm coming back to me now, that website's got all sorts of information about me. And it's a nationalist day around Australia, the Bicentennial and Australia Day. The Indigenous population, our Aboriginals, they call it Invasion Day, and I get it. I understand what they talk about. They were there for thousands and thousands of years, and the Poms turned up and boom, boom, stick the flag in the ground, and all of a sudden it's Australia. But we're all one people, and nothing's ever easy. And as I say, I get it with the Indigenous population, and it was really challenging for them too, because I'm just waiting for people to turn up. They were Stone Age when the Poms turned up. Not like New Zealand, where they had a really sophisticated culture of the Maori there, and not like anywhere else in the world, when 240 years ago now, or 238 years ago, when they stuck the flag in the ground, Europe was quite sophisticated, all sorts of things. But the Aboriginals were really Stone Age, and it's been a huge challenge for them to pick it up in a couple hundred years. So good on them. Anyway. Seeing we're talking about nationalistic issues, jeepers, lucky the French turned up, and I've got to say, I really like living in France. But lucky the French turned up in the States, in America. Otherwise, they'd probably all be speaking English. It'd be the Poms that bloody own America, but there you go. Let's not get into politics. So anyway, that's who I am. That's what we do, and it's been an amazing long time. I'm only 31, but the last 31 years has been really amazing. Very lucky, one of the lucky ones. Born in the best time the world's ever seen, just after the end of World War II. Okay, let's get straight into the. Oh, g'day, Urton. Did you like my little nationalistic flag flying then? Anyway, let's get into the tracker now. And geez, it's hot, eh? I don't know whether you saw. I forgot about all that. I completely forgot about it. I thought they were all cruising along. You're on the tracker now. I've got to get onto the tracker. Cruising along in perfect trade wind conditions, which it sort of is. But geez, it's hot. It's very hot. So a bit of a sweat going on again now. Anyway, there's our little fleet. Toodalooing towards Recife, getting closer all the time. Still haven't got an answer on the finish line, so we may end up leaving the finish line where it is. So it might not be too hectic. Anyway, Josh doing 5.1 knots and a 113-mile day. It looks as if he's caught up a bit, but it's the scale probably. Urton 5.1 and 119. So Josh was on 113. Yep, so 119 for Urton, 120 for Jasmine. A little bit faster than Urton, 5.2. Kerry's now heading across to the top of the course, but Eric is doing 5.5, 130. Kerry, 125. Jeepers. It's a bit soft there, but by the look of it. So, Eric, you're about to pass Kerry if you keep that up. 5.6, 125. Now, up here, Christian, 5.8, 134. Adam, 4.7, 122. Christian's really powering on there at the moment. Maybe she's got a lot of confidence in his rebuilt mainsail and whatever, but he's making ground. He's going to pass Adam by the look. I should just put that up while I'm talking about this. 136 days, 20 hours we're out at the moment. I'll just kick this up one, move it up there. Yeah, Christian looks like he's passing Adam. So I just saw a post by Adam on his nuts and bolts on the boat. It's got a new partner. I forget the name of the sponsor that's picking up and helping the Ella Foundation, which is really cool. Sorry, I should remember the name of your new sponsor, Adam. I'll do something about that after. Anyway, Jacob, what's happening? Pila looks like she's roaring past him. 5.5 knots and 131-mile day. That's not too bad. Christian's on 134. Pila, 133. Another 2 miles, last 24 hours. So Pila's slowly clawing her way back towards Dan. Anyway, 5.7 knots, that's pretty impressive. And then Dan is on 5.8, 139 against 133. So that's 6 miles. Now, what's Renault doing? Here we go again. They look as if they're about the same. 140. 1 mile. Just to make everyone feel good. So he's still the fastest boat on the water for sure, out of all that lot, and everything's happening as you see it. So that's pretty good. Let's quickly look at the weather. That wasn't the weather that we had there anyway. So there's the breeze that they've got now, and it seems to be consistent, but the tail enders a little bit less by the look of it because they're absolutely going a little bit slower. If we pan it back to see the big picture, you can definitely see it's less. It's obviously less wind back here, maybe extending right through the Kerry, and then guys at the front maybe a little puff more. It's a bit hard to determine there. We'll just check the currents to see if that's any difference. No, it's patchy. Some are getting it, some aren't. Cloud cover, Eric saying it's hot. There's a bit of cloud cover there, so it's hot. And let's look at the temperature. Oh, yeah, it's going to get hotter. Look at that. As soon as you get to the coast, I can see a gradient there. From back here, it's yellow, then it's sort of a bit orange, and then it's a deep orange over here. So I hate to tell you this, Eric, if you're watching, expect it to go up about another 2 or 3 degrees by the look of it. It's definitely getting warmer as you close the coast. And back to the wind. We'll get rid of this and we'll just scale it forward every couple of days. Quick one because 3 hours is nothing. There's the same after 1 day, after 2 days, getting softer. Yep. 27th is absolutely softer. 28th, softer again. So they're going to slow down a little bit. And very soft on the coast. There's only like 10 knots there. So that's on the 29th, the day before they arrive. So they are going to slow down. So they might not get there until the 1st, maybe. Anyway, we'll wait and see. As a distance, so I can just read it off of there. Distance to the finish for Renault is only 512. So that's three and a half days. So 6, that's 9.5. Yeah, still the 20th. They're going to slow a bit, but that's about it. And then the split with the fleet from front to back at the moment. Split back to Josh about 600 miles. So that's about 4.5 days. So they're still going to get if Josh gets in on the 4th, say. He's got 19, so he's still got 2 weeks. So everyone's got at least 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a bit. Worked out perfectly, I think. The big challenge will be: is the 19th of February enough time for everyone to get to Antigua for the party? It should be. So we will see. Okay, I think we've done that. You can see the leaderboard. It's exactly all in line, exactly what they've got there. So the leaderboard is accurate at the moment, but just you got to take off the 7 days for the stopover, and Jasmine gets a little bit more. I think we're done. Yeah, and that is an old photo in the on the tracking background for the. Oh, hang on, that's not it. I want to come back to me here. So you're still on the tracker. I'm here. Oh, I never got to you on the thing. I've got big notes up here. 30-10, 10-100. What's that mean? They're the number. That's the number game for a 580, right? So it's 30-10 and 10-100. What that means is if you put in about 30% more effort sailing your 580, you're going to get maybe up to 10% more boat speed. But you've got to put in a huge amount of effort to get a little bit of extra boat speed. And if you drop back your effort 10% on your sailing, you're probably going to get still 100% of the usual average boat speed. And by that, what I'm saying is sometimes, you can relax and you surprise yourself and say, shit, we're still making the speed, So it's I call it 30-10, 10-100. You don't have to bust your butt. You can still keep up. I mean, the total relaxed sailor would have to be Urchin. He's enjoying the ride in the extreme. He still took it along quite well. And the boat will still get you 100-mile days and away you go. So you're still passage planning and the usual stuff. So you're still getting 100% of the average boat speed, But if you really want to go a lot faster, you have to put in a huge amount of effort to go a little bit faster. So the effort that the guys in the front, like Dan and Renault and Peeler and Jacob and stuff, they put in a huge amount of effort, and it's still, you got to work hard to get the boat to go just a little bit faster because they're all similar boats. Anyway, and often, you can be over canvassed, lose control of the boat, go around in circles and stuff. You can still start cutting it back, reducing sail. You don't lose that much speed. That's sort of where you can relax more. So that's that one. Entrant reports before I go on to the comments, and then we're out of here. Hang on. What's up? Entrant reports. Here we go. Yesterday we did. Okay, manager Nikki. Mortal game. That's yesterday. So with no entrant reports today. That's unusual. I thought we had them scheduled nearly every day. Maybe not. So there you go. Okay. So some quick comments. You can tell people the trade wind's only boring. We've only got about 21,000 people watching at the moment, so that's fine. Trekker book. Trekker. I missed that. Here we go. Trekker. Good morning from Trekker. G'day, my lady. Adrian. Yes. 291. That's a good idea because I forget we've got so many boat builders now, plan numbers. I forget who's what. So if you're watching this and you're coming up and comment, just remind me who it is. If you've got a whole number, put your whole number up every time. Perfect. Thanks, Adrian. Also, good afternoon. Happy Australia Day. Yeah, you too. All a bit of fun, and it's amazing, eh? I haven't lived in Australia really since about cheapest, probably about 2009 now. Because we live in China. If we're not in France or on the boat or something, we've got an apartment in China. That's it. But yeah, you're still Australian. You always, Anyway, how many of the fleet are going to sail back to Europe? Not totally sure. I know Jasmine's boat's going back. I don't think she's going to sail it back. She's got a friend there that looks like going to sail the boat back for her. I think Kerry's boat's going to sail back. Kerry may sail it back. He sold the boat. I'm not sure I meant to say that, but that boat is sailing back. And I'm not sure what Jacob and Son's going to do. Jacob May's, I'm not sure. They're the only two that I've had conversations with that I know are sailing back, but there might be one or two others. It's quite a challenge to sail back. You can't leave until about April. May, actually. May is probably better. And it's not, it gets a bit tougher as you go north. So, but that's all I know. Tracker booked on a ship. Trekker's booked on a ship. Yeah. A few of them are booked on ships to go back already. Jonathan, wow, Trekker, what's the food on the menu aboard recently? Trekker, fresh food from the St. Helena. Yeah, he did well. He had some contacts in the hotel he was staying in, and they sorted things. He got lots of eggs and bits and pieces. And they brought it. Still Tillapide only since leaving. There you go. So he's been steering under Tillapilot all the way. And I've got to say, even though, and I'm saying this for the benefit of the 580 sailors, because Raymarine, Raytheon, Autohelm, call it what you like, they sponsored me for many, many years. Probably 12 years I was getting all the gear basically for free. But at the moment, I have no doubt and absolutely convinced that the Simrad Tiller have some serious advantages over other brands that are on the market at the moment. So if I was building another 580, I would absolutely get Simrad. They're not sponsoring us. I did a lot of research and it's proven to be correct. They keep going. But anyway, that's another story. Good day, my lady. I'm losing track here. Jonathan, wow, Trekker, what's food on the menu? Trekker, Simrad up to TP10 bomb-proof. Yeah, it's... in fact, I think that I'm not even sure whether that's one of the original ones I had, Erton, or one of the ones you bought after. But anyway, the skippers I'm talking to today are doing it a bit tough with messy 3 to 4 meter seas. So that's interesting. Yeah, always. See, they're just not telling me what's going on. So I appreciate that, Graham. No one wants to talk to me. So it's trade win-win direction. But yes, and in fact, I was saying the other day about look at these funny wave patterns here. You may remember if you're following regularly, it does show up on the graphic for the sea state. I didn't look at it, but there's some bits and pieces. So yeah, they'll just be hanging on for the ride in the heat. Oh, how lovely! Gail Lawrence, happy Australia Day from Melbourne. The Festival of Sales was this weekend. It wasn't that long ago that I was picking up Eric Marsh from his S80 in Geelong to drive home. Yep, there you go. Yeah, Eric's been a competitive sailor racer for a long, long time out of Victoria, and now he's chuffing around the world in a 19-foot, 5.8 metre boat. Graham Cox, Jacobs. I was just saying, I thought Jacob May. Jacob's sailing back to Ireland for two reasons. One is he loves his boat, and he loves sailing. He wants to keep going forever, and it's cheaper to sail back than ship back. You need quite a bit of money to. On average, when I did Trekker back in 21. We were all spending about €6,000 plus a reasonable amount of work to ship them back. About 6.5, nearly even 7 by the time it was done. That was mast up, keel on the deck of a ship on a 7-star ship. You can containerize. It was about 3.5 to 4, but you've got to do a lot of extra work and stuffing around. So yeah, sailing back is a lot cheaper now. It's probably $8,000 or something. I don't know. Anyway, question, how have the racers shared recently about the food they're eating and what do they like, what do they hate? They're really eating whatever they can get at the moment, and then other staples that carry over, long life stuff. No one really likes freeze-dried for the long term. and a lot of them got cans and bits and pieces, all the usual stuff that you can imagine that they can buy that will last in the locker. So no one's complaining through lack of food. It's just not a huge amount of variety at the moment. Um, do you think 5A will fit two people? Absolutely. It's designed for two people, right? It's designed for two-handed across the Atlantic. We've got a two-handed division in the 26 edition of the Transat, and again, well, all Transats now will have a two-handed division. And I don't think we've got a two-handed entry. We've got one two-handed entry, but they bought a boat each. Okay, the two of them, the guy and the girl. There's a bugger that. So they're going two-handed, but they're going to race each other. But we've got quite a few people talking about joining future Transats, maybe 28 and so on, as two-handed, and it's just not a problem. It's a no-brainer. It'll carry the weight, and you got plenty of space on board. The human dynamic. You've got two bunks. It's all cool. So, and that was part of the original concept criteria, was single-handed around the world, two-handed across the Atlantic. You could do two-handed around the world, but we won't. The race around the world is a solo race, and that's what it's all about. So, thinking, Graham agrees as well. Yeah, there's no question. Absolutely, hands down, no question. Simrad is the way to go for the pilots for a few reasons. No disrespect to Raymarine, because they're a nice product, but blah blah blah. Okay, that's me done. I'm out of here. I got to go. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy Australia Day and all that sort of stuff. Is that another question there? No. Okay. All right. See you later. Have fun, and if all goes well, I'll see you tomorrow. See you later.